Let's talk about Canada, a land of vast landscapes and diverse cultures. It's a country that often evokes images of snow-capped mountains, friendly faces, and a certain politeness. But there's so much more to uncover beneath the surface of this northern nation. It's a country often pictured as snow, hockey, and politeness. These stereotypes, while not entirely inaccurate, only scratch the surface of what Canada truly is. Think beyond the winter sports and the reputation for being nice. But it's so much more. It's a dynamic, evolving nation with a rich history and a complex present. It's a place where bustling cities meet untouched wilderness and where diverse communities come together to build a unique national identity. It's the world's second largest country, a geographical giant that spans immense distances and encompasses a breathtaking variety of terrains. Stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific and up to the Arctic, Canada boasts coastlines on 3 oceans, each with its own distinct character and ecosystem. From the rugged shores of Newfoundland to the icy waters of the Arctic archipelago, the country's maritime boundaries are as diverse as its inland regions. Canada's landscape is epic, a tapestry woven from towering mountains, sprawling prairies, and dense forests. It's a land of extremes, where you can find everything from glaciers to deserts, often within relatively short distances. Rocky Mountains, a majestic mountain range that forms the backbone of Western Canada, offering breathtaking vistas and unparalleled opportunities for outdoor adventure. Endless prairies, a vast expanse of grasslands that stretches across the heart of the country, providing fertile ground for agriculture and a sense of boundless space. Ancient forests, home to towering trees that have stood for centuries, providing vital habitat for countless species and playing a crucial role in regulating the global climate. These forests whisper tales of the past and offer a glimpse into the enduring power of nature, and more lakes than anywhere else. Canada is dotted with countless lakes, from small, pristine alpine pools to vast inland seas, offering endless opportunities for recreation and providing essential freshwater resources. But Canada isn't just geography. It's also about the people who call this land home, the communities they've built, and the society they've created. It's a G7 nation, a major player on the world stage, and a multicultural experiment that mostly works, bringing together people from all corners of the globe to share their cultures and build a common future. With 2 official languages and hundreds more spoken at home, Canada is a linguistic mosaic, reflecting the diverse origins of its population. This multilingualism enriches the country's cultural landscape and fosters a spirit of openness and understanding. We're a parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy, a system of government that blends tradition with modern principles of representation and accountability. Meaning a prime minister runs the show, leading the government and setting the policy agenda, while the king is mostly on our money, a symbolic head of state who represents continuity and tradition. Our society values fairness, equality, and looking out for your neighbors, a commitment to social justice and a belief in the importance of community support. We're not perfect. We're reckoning with our history, especially with Indigenous peoples, acknowledging the injustices of the past and working towards a future of reconciliation and mutual respect, and facing climate change, housing and healthcare challenges, pressing issues that demand innovative solutions, and a collective commitment to building a more sustainable and equitable future for all Canadians. These tough issues are part of our evolving identity, shaping our national character and forcing us to confront difficult questions about who we are and what we stand for. What makes Canada special? It's the scale of the land, the sheer vastness of its territory, which inspires a sense of awe and wonder. The diversity of its people, a vibrant mix of cultures and backgrounds that enriches the national fabric, and a quiet pride in our social safety net. A commitment to providing essential services and support to all citizens, regardless of their background or circumstances. We laugh at ourselves but take our values seriously, a blend of self-deprecation and unwavering commitment to principles like fairness, equality, and compassion. Canada's story is still being written, a narrative that continues to unfold with each passing day, shaped by the actions and aspirations of its people. This is a deep dive into that story, an exploration of the forces that have shaped Canada and continue to influence its trajectory. The good, the challenging, and everything in between. A balanced perspective that acknowledges both the triumphs and the struggles that have defined the Canadian experience. So grab a coffee, maybe a donut, a quintessential Canadian treat, and let's get started on this journey of discovery. Welcome to Canada. To truly understand Canada, to appreciate its complexities and its unique character, you have to grasp its sheer size, almost 10 million square kilometers. It's a land of epic proportions, stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific and reaching far into the Arctic. This vastness shapes everything, from its climate to its culture. 10 provinces and 3 territories, each a distinct region with its own government and identity, each with its own landscape and character. From bustling urban centers to remote wilderness areas, the diversity is astounding. The Atlantic region is all maritime culture and fishing villages, a place where the sea defines life and tradition runs deep. Central Canada is the economic and political core. Here you'll find major cities, centers of industry, and the heart of the nation's government. The prairies are the breadbasket, a vast expanse of fertile land that feeds the nation and beyond, rich in agriculture and energy. These fields and resources are vital to Canada's economy. British Columbia boasts rainforests, a lush green world teeming with life, deserts and the Rockies, a land of dramatic contrast where mountains meet the sea. The North, Yukon, Northwest Territories, Nunavut, a land of immense beauty and harsh conditions, covers 40% of the land but has less than 1% of the population. It's a place of solitude, resilience and unique cultures. Natural wonders like Niagara Falls, a breathtaking display of nature's power. The Bay of Fundy, home to the highest tides in the world, a truly remarkable sight. And millions of lakes dotting the landscape like sparkling jewels shape our history and identity. These natural features have played a crucial role in shaping the Canadian character. These landscapes are more than scenery, they are integral to the Canadian experience. They are the backdrop to Canadian life and pride. They are a source of inspiration, recreation, and a deep connection to the land. Canada's story began long before the arrival of Europeans, stretching back millennia into the mists of time. The land, vast and untamed, held secrets whispered on the wind. For thousands of years, Indigenous peoples, the original inhabitants of this land, built diverse and sophisticated societies across its varied landscapes. From the Pacific coast to the Atlantic shores, and from the Arctic north to the Great Lakes, their cultures flourished, deeply connected to the land and its resources. They developed intricate systems of governance, trade, and spiritual belief. The Vikings, daring seafarers from the Norse lands, landed briefly in Newfoundland, leaving behind tantalizing evidence of their presence at Leon's Oaks Meadows. This marked the first known European contact, though their settlement was short-lived. Centuries later, it was the French and British who would arrive in greater numbers, drawn by the promise of resources and new territories, ultimately shaping the early foundations of what would become Canada. Their rivalry would define the next chapter. This era was characterized by exploration, as intrepid adventurers charted the vast interior, and by intense rivalry as the French and British empires clashed over control of the lucrative fur trade and strategic territories. Alliances with indigenous nations played a crucial role in this struggle for dominance. The seeds of a unified Canada were sown, culminating in Confederation in 1867. This historic event united 3 British colonies, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and the province of Canada, into the Dominion of Canada, a self-governing entity within the British Empire. This union was driven by a powerful vision, a nation stretching from sea to shining sea, a vast and interconnected land, the ambitious construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway, a monumental feat of engineering, physically stitched the disparate parts of the country together, forging vital links for trade, communication, and national unity. As the 20th century dawned, Canada began to truly come of age, asserting its identity on the world stage. The nation made significant sacrifices in 2 world wars, its soldiers fighting bravely for freedom and democracy alongside its allies. In the post-war era, Canada embarked on a path of social progress, building a comprehensive social safety net to protect its citizens and ensure a more equitable society. Canada finally achieved full independence with the patriation of the Constitution and the enactment of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in 1982, solidifying its status as a sovereign nation. Our journey from a collection of colonies to a proud and independent nation has been a gradual, largely peaceful, and uniquely Canadian evolution marked by compromise, innovation, and a commitment to building a better future for all. Canada is a parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy. The King is our ceremonial head of state, but real power lies with the elected House of Commons and the Prime Minister. Parliament has two chambers, the elected Commons and the appointed Senate, which reviews legislation. Our system is built for stability and careful debate. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees fundamental rights, speech, religion, equality, shaping our public life. We value peace, order, and good government, believing in a strong social safety net and inclusivity. Multiculturalism isn't just a slogan, it's a core principle. Canada strives to be fair, compassionate, and inclusive for everyone. Modern Canada is a multicultural mosaic, not a melting pot. People from around the world become Canadian while keeping their heritage. English and French are our official languages, but over 70 Indigenous languages and countless others are spoken. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver are global crossroads of language and culture. Diversity brings new perspectives, foods, and traditions, making Canada dynamic and vibrant. Over 1 in 5 Canadians was born abroad. Immigration keeps our population young and our outlook global. Integrating so many backgrounds isn't always easy, but it's central to our national story. Canada is built by Indigenous peoples, shaped by settlers, and enriched by newcomers. Hockey is more than a sport. It's a national obsession and a symbol of Canadian identity. But our culture is broader. Poutine, maple syrup, butter tarts, and global cuisine fill our tables. Canadian literature and music have global impact. Think Margaret Atwood, Drake, Celine Dion, and they're tragically hip. Our film and TV industries punch above their weight, with the National Film Board leading the way. Symbols like the Mounties, the Beaver, and Tim Hortons connect us. We love the outdoors, canoeing, hiking, and exploring our vast wilderness. These shared experiences and symbols unite Canadians across geography and background. Canada's economy started with natural resources, forests, minerals, oil, and agriculture. Today, the service sector dominates, with finance, tech, and tourism driving growth in cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Manufacturing, especially autos and aerospace, remains vital. Trade is our lifeblood. 3/4 of exports go to the US, but we're diversifying with deals in Europe and the Pacific. Our economy is modern, resilient, and globally connected. Universal healthcare and public education are pillars of Canadian society. Healthcare is tax-funded and available to all, a source of national pride despite challenges. Education is publicly funded through high school, with world-class universities and colleges. Canada's global role is as a middle power, focused on diplomacy, peacekeeping, and multilateralism. We helped found the UN and NATO, and pioneered peacekeeping. Our military is small but professional, contributing to global security and working closely with allies. Canada is a reliable partner, committed to a rules-based international order. Canada faces big challenges: Indigenous reconciliation, climate change, immigration, and housing. Reconciliation with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples is our most urgent moral and political issue. Climate change is hitting us hard, especially in the north. Cities struggle with housing affordability and healthcare wait times. Despite these challenges, Canadian identity is found in our ongoing conversation, balancing diversity, regional differences, and shared values. We're a work in progress, always striving to live up to our ideals. That quiet, determined hopefulness, that's the most Canadian thing of all.